Is this a headshot? Wow, LA trash is depressing.
I know. I think I saw a silicone breast implant.
Oh.
Darren, you are half Japanese American, and that's part of the reason that Paxton HY is as well. But Paxton hasn't really reckoned with what that means until this season. What does it mean to you to have Japanese American roots and then to get to explore them on the show?
I mean, being part Japanese has always been such a cool little thing for me. I mean, growing up, I was really, really into the culture. My grandmother would tell me stories of Japan. But this show, to be honest, it was, I know looking at me, it's mostly very ambiguous in terms of how people guess what I am. It's, some people can see, oh, you're part Asian. Some people think I'm Latin. Some people think I am Middle Eastern, like Greek, whatever. And being, an actor, it was never my plan to like tackle it with like my Asian heritage being a front runner in my persona as a person. And it's because, I've never felt, I guess, Asian enough to fit into that box, or Asian looking enough to fit into that, that struggle per se or whatever. And this show really gave me the confidence to be like, you know what, there's a lot more people like me in terms of, I am proud to be part Asian. I am proud of every part of the ethnicity that is within me. But there's also so many people like that where they are something, but they don't look it, and they're maybe scared to really embody it. And I think the show has given me more of a confidence in my voice about it. And I am really enjoying it.
Jaren, a slightly easier question for you. You are a baker. If Ben was a dessert, what dessert would he be?
I think that he would be like a lemon meringue cookie. I think that he's like got a little bit of sourness, a little bit on the outside. You bite into it, but he's like kind of soft and squishy. But sometimes a little bit of that lemony sourness just kind of like comes back up and jumps at you and bites you in the tongue a little bit. And then you get back into the sweetness. So it's just kind of like a bit of a balance, I think.
That was a brilliant answer.
I like that question. I've never been asked that. That was awesome.
Do you have an idea of what Paxton is?
Red velvet cake, apple pie.
Ooh.
I don't know. You can go into the metaphors about it. That just came to my mind.
Horna, in this interview with the LA Times she did, said that like it's not that usual to cry at a comedy, but she feels like a lot of people cry when they're watching Never Have I Ever because they're dealing with like their own sort of like trauma from growing up. Do you agree with that? And like, do you think that your show can in some sense help heal people's sort of, drama and trauma?
Absolutely. I think that it's all about achieving catharsis. I think that that's what really brilliant TV and movies do. I think that that's, at least for me, how I kind of measure a great show is by having something that means so much to me, can make me look at my life and say, wow, there are lessons in this show that I need to implement in my own life. I need to change parts of myself, or I need to love myself more, or things like that. And I think that it's the writing. I think that it's coupled with tremendous actors who give it their all and give it so much to, their characters, building that world and living in it, that help this show mean so much to so many people. And two, like sometimes when you have a show that's so funny and so brilliantly written and acted, then you have these dramatic moments that you sink further into, because that's what makes the comedy matter. And then you're finding yourself saying, oh my God, I'm like bawling my eyes out right now. Like, where did this come from? But it's because we've been taking you on this like feel good journey that sometimes when we see our characters in pain, much like real life, it sinks us. And it is real life, because that's what real life is about. Sometimes you have high highs and you have low lows. And I love that our show is able to portray that.